What is up, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. Today, we're going to be looking at the Green Lantern and the associated different color lanterns, power rings. We're going to see what those rings do, what fuels them, and we'll go from there. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website and follow them on social media. They sponsor the Legion Loot, which is the monthly channel members giveaway. So be sure to hit that join button down below and become a channel member today. Also, if you need anything cleaner press, hit up our good friend Justin over on Instagram. Let him know you found him via the channel. That way you can take advantage of the special offers that he runs for the channel. Also, a big shout out to the local sponsor, my LCS, the ABX Comics and Games, newly renamed. They have just moved brand new locations, so be sure to hit the links down below to find all the sponsors, as well as Pop's Attic, who will be having a big announcement this coming week. And let's get into it. So with the brand new series, Green Lantern under the Dawn of DC banner there coming out, what better time to stop and take a look at the Green Lantern Corps and look at where it's been, because this new series is really tight. It looks like it's really focused heavily on just the Green Lanterns, but a lot of people who might be jumping on are aware that there's so many more lanterns out there. That famous run that Jeff Johns did introduced the world to countless different Green Lantern characters over the entire spectrum of light. So I figure we dive into it and look at the different power rings specifically to just kind of focus on what the colors are, what their power source is, just to familiarize people with that. Then I wanted to revisit it. When buying these books this past couple of weeks, they had actual Green Lantern rings that you could get with the book. So I thought it was just a really cool concept. So let's dive into it. But as always, without looking forward, we have to look back to where it all started. And that was in 1940 with my favorite Green Lantern, Alan Scott. It was on the pages of All American Comics, issue number 16. Now, Alan Scott is not going to be really getting focused on in this video, as his ring is not associated with the rest, at least not in terms of this video. That's a deeper conversation for a way deeper conversation for a different video. But essentially, Alan Scott's he's powered by the Eternal Flame, which is a magic-based source. It wasn't until the Hal Jordan showed up that it kind of switched up the kind of power set, and then it's kind of written in there that it's more of a scientific answer with the Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Universe, kind of forging the power battery and harnessing these different energies that we'll be looking at today. And since Jeff Johns took over the series, there's been a lot of different ones. It was really just the Green Lantern and a couple other ones, but he really spread them out. So we're going to be looking at 7 different power sources today. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you there is a black ring and there is a white ring. Those are straightforward. The black ring is the ring of death. The white ring is the ring of life. So we're not diving into those. It's going to be these 7 primary ring powers that we have that we're going to be talking about. So we'll start with the one that everyone knows, and that's the Green Lantern, who the leader of the Green Lantern Corps there. This ring is powered by willpower, and it first appeared in Showcase Comics issue number 22 in 1959. That was really the kickstart of the Silver Age of comics when they rolled out this brand new Green Lantern character. And as with this one, you know, everyone knows the famous oath: in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Now, the oaths are used as a way for like an affirmation of your ability, of your purpose, of why you're doing what you do. And typically a lantern of any variety would recite that oath while they're recharging their rings. And I think that this is probably by far my favorite Green Lantern color, my favorite oath, just everything about it. I just like the Green Lantern Corps a lot. And it wasn't long after Green Lantern really kickstarted in the Silver Age that we were introduced to the next color, which is the Yellow Lantern Corps. And it wasn't a whole corps. It was just a single villain back then. But in issue number 7 of Green Lantern in 1961, Sinestro made his debut. And now he has the Yellow Lantern. It is fueled by fear. And it wasn't until recent then that Jeff Johns run that they expanded it to an entire Yellow Lantern Corps, as with most of these colors. But his whole oath was: in blackest day, in brightest night, beware your fears made into light. Burn like my power, Sinestro's might. This is the Green Lantern's biggest enemy. You know, this is his Lex Luthor, who was originally a Green Lantern member himself, who turned to an ulterior power source and came back for revenge kind of thing. And it didn't stop there. We also have another character that goes all the way back to the Golden Age in All Flash number 32, but was reintroduced in the Silver Age during Green Lantern issue number 16, and that was Star Sapphire. Star Sapphire has been a reoccurring character for Green Lantern ever since and up until this day. Now, in recent comics, again, in that Jeff Johns run, they kind of expanded the concept of her, where they saw that her power source, the Star Sapphire gem, was more powerful for her than just her to use. And it was kind of refined and mined and turned into a power battery. And they created an entire core off of this. And their whole source of power is from love itself, the whole love conquers all mentality. And their oath goes for hearts long lost and full of fright. For those alone in blackest night, accept our ring and join our fight. Love conquers all with violet light. So again, this was a long-time reoccurring character as Sinestro was. That when we hit that 2008 run that Jeff Johns worked on, they just kind of expanded the lore, added to the history, and brought in this bigger dynamic of the whole light spectrum into the conversation. Now, from here on out, all of these different lanterns that we'll be talking about were all really introduced at the same time in Green Lantern Volume 4, issue number 25 in January 2008. That was really what kicked off the whole spectrum thing. And they've gone into more detail on them and really kind of gave you proper ordinance to all of them. And that's where they all span out of. And that's where we first got the Red Lantern Corps, led by Atrocitus there, whose oath goes, with blood and rage of crimson red, we fill men's soul with darkest dread. And twist your mind with pain and hate, will burn you all. That is your fate. As you can tell from the oath, the Red Lantern Corps is fueled from rage. This is a very cool twist on the other rings here, because this one is powered by blood. And when the wearer puts on this ring, it pretty much stops their heart and starts coursing this energy through their body, and they just start spewing blood energy out of their mouth that's corrosive, and they're just wild. Where other people's rings are compliments to themselves that helps them in their battles, it's full of information, the Red Lantern ring is constantly in their ear, just telling them to hate, to kill, to harm, and it's just a torturous existence with this. And speaking of torturous existence, the same first appearance in Green Lantern Volume 4, number 25, is the Orange Lantern Corps. Now, LaFleeze, or however you say it, he's a solo lantern, and this is one of the most interesting ones. So this ring is fueled by greed or avarice, and the motto is straightforward and it's very descriptive. What's mine is mine, and mine and mine and mine and mine and mine, not yours. You can see where this is almost like one of the 7 deadly sins incarnate in a ring itself. Now, LaFleeze, his ring, what I think is so cool about it is when he kills somebody, the battery consumes their essence, consumes their soul, where they become a construct, where his core consists of the construct ghosts of those that he's defeated. He has no desire to go out there and help or fight or anything. He just wants to sit on his own and just be happy with his battery and his ring. And it's just a very, very cool character, but kind of one-dimensional. Now, next up, spanning out the pages of the exact same book, we have the Blue Lantern Corps. Now, this one's definitely interesting. As you could imagine, with their power source being hope, their motto goes, in fearful day, in raging night, with strong hearts full, our souls ignite. When all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars and hope shines bright. So this one's pretty cool because it does have the same kind of basic power functions as any of the other rings, with the ability to flight constructs, energy fields, and all that. But this ring actually gets its full potential when it's adjacent to a Green Lantern, because you cannot have hope without willpower. So I thought that was a really cool, unique aspect to the Blue Lantern rings, that they're kind of an extension of the willpower. Without the green, this one really can't do much of nothing. And then we get to the final one, and what I would consider to be the most unique of the different ones, and that's the Indigo Tribe. Not even a Lantern Corps, but a tribe. They're fueled by compassion. Their motto goes, in sorrowful day, in misfortunate night, we help those who need our might. With the lantern power of Abin Sur, we rid your misery with compassionate might. So what's pretty cool about this, they kind of expand on the Indigo Tribe and give you a lot more detail in Blackest Night, Tales of the Corps, number 1 in 2009, that they don't use a central power battery. They use that staff that you see that she's wielding there, and that's where they recharge their rings from. This is another one that has unique abilities outside of the standard flight constructs and stuff like that, but they have the ability to mimic all the other Spectrum's abilities and powers as long as they are adjacent to them. So as long as they're nearby a Red Lantern, they can take some of those unique features to them and use them for themselves. And I thought it was cool that they have like the whole dynamic of this tribe, like this wandering nomadic kind of style to them. They don't really seem futuristic and space techy or anything like that. So I thought that was definitely an interesting take on those. So, and also, like I said before, there is the Black Lantern. You know, the hand gets a hold of the ring. He becomes like pretty much Death incarnate. You have Necron, who's behind all of that and everything. Then you have the White Lantern, which it's hard to even get into. It can harness the ability of all the other ones. It's really unique in its sense. You know, you had Kyle Rayner that got a hold of that and became the Light and all. So we're not really getting into those, as they kind of, in my opinion, fall outside of the regular set ones that we just saw. That's 7 total of those. Then the opposite ends of the spectrum with Death and Life. So that's it for the spectrums for this video. I am interested to see which one of these is your favorite. Is it the green, the yellow, indigo, violet, yellow, blue? Which one? Have you read the Jeff Johns run that kind of introduces all of this and touches on it with the Sinestro Corps War, Blackest Night? It was a phenomenal run. If you're a Green Lantern fan, it's almost must-read material, but it's a lot to take on. I'm not going to lie. Numerous volumes, and it just really explodes the Green Lantern universe till it's the size of like how X-Men is now, or even the Star Wars comics. I mean, big enough universe for itself. So that's why I'm kind of excited for this new title. It's kind of bringing it back home to one central title. We just got like 2 Earthbound Green Lanterns. So this is a proper jump on point. If you want to know more about this book and what's going on in the Dawn of DC, check out Sector 2815's YouTube channel. Him and I do the DC Deep Dive every Monday, and this Monday's is going to be on this, as well as the new Shazam book. So be sure to check that out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up, and until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.